What's up, folks? Welcome back to the channel. Boozer here. Thanks for stopping by. In today's video, we will be doing a account takeover account review for CrownDRoyal here. If you guys are interested in this type of review or takeover, make sure you guys drop by my Discord. We do have a dedicated channel just for account applications. I do try to commit to one free takeover or review per month. If you guys are looking for any kind of paid service, make sure you guys send me a DM. I do offer some paid services as well. My Discord will be in the description below, so make sure you guys drop on by. We do monthly giveaways on my Discord as well, so of course you guys don't want to miss that, so join in all the fun. But without further ado, let's jump into this account here. So CrownDRoyal, he's level 84. He says his account was created basically when Raid first started. So you can kind of tell that he's kind of a bit of a casual player after all this time. He says that he played pretty hard in the beginning and then stopped for a long time. So he really needs an account kind of like tune-up, I guess, just to bring him up to speed with everything that is in the game right now. With that all being said, I'm going to try my best to bring out the best in this account and see what we can work with and give him some direction moving forward. First, let's poke around his account a little bit and see what we're working with here. So he's a little bit of a spender, I think. I did see He-Man's icon here, frame here. So a little bit of a spender, probably not too much. Has 5,000 energy stacked up, so not super, min-maxing the energy every day. Pretty low on gems, pretty low on silver. Okay, so that's what we're working with right now. Let's check out his shard stash. Got 3 sacred shards, 50 ancient shards, a couple of thousand mystery shards. I mean, technically enough to do, probably enough to do a fusion if you really want to stretch it out. In terms of overall fragments, 1 epic to pull, but not really too much of anything. 28 mold fragments. This kind of means to me that he just hasn't been playing that much. Mainly because if he has so little, it means that he should have a lot of the fusions completed, or he would have a lot of mold fragments and basically a lot of failed fusions. So the fact that he has very low mold fragments probably means that he hasn't participated in a lot of events. Yeah, I would say so. We haven't checked out his box yet, but I would say he hasn't participated in a lot of events, and he probably doesn't have many fusions. It's good to see 99 fragments here for Mithrala, so that's really nice to see. Let's move on to, let's see, the Great Hall here after 5 years of playing. Very, obviously very lackluster. Not too much activity here. I mean, you're going for the 10, I guess the Arbiter mission here. Yep, there it is. Upgrade an affinity bonus to level 10. Pretty close to Arbiter. We can, pretty close. Pretty close. We can definitely see if we can help him out for the arena stuff. Get him a nice farming arena team would be nice. But, you just have to spend the time here, right? You just gotta grind these out. What does this cost nowadays? 1,000 of these gold ones? So you need to be in gold and then grinding up the gold. Okay, I remember now. All right, let's take a quick look here at his resources. Basically non-existent Magi steel. Okay. Very low material otherwise. So the big thing about the forge is that you use the forge to get materials, get gear, and also get silver. So it's a good silver sink. So this is one of the biggest reasons to do arena as well. So not only are you doing arena to try to advance your metals and advance your Great Hall, you also need metals and arena. Sorry, you also need arena battles to get Magi steel so that you can make more crafts for silver. Maxed out, fully opened sparring pit here. That's fine. Okay amount of brews. Not much chickens, not much books. Okay, tough. It's tough. Stones here. You got 8. You got quite a bit of small ones here, and you've got the 7 medium ones. That's kind of nice to see. I guess you're maybe saving up, but I would imagine that this probably took you a long time to save. These soul stones can be very very impactful for your account depending on when you want to use them. Lydia, how close are we to Lydia? 720 something, or 720 something, I guess. Not too far, but not too close. Dark elves, you need Visix for this one. You should have Visix, and Visix will hard carry you in the dark elf faction. Ogrins can be a little bit difficult. Demon spawn, yes, can be difficult. Skinwalker can be difficult. Lizardman can be difficult, sure. And then Night Revs can be difficult as well. Shouken, if your roster is limited, can be difficult. Sylvan Watcher, you need the DPS from the epic DPS champions All right, let's check out the arena here. He did mention arena is a big focus for him, so he's stuck in silver 4. Silver 4, he's on the edge of gold 1. I think we can try to bump you up a little bit and try to keep you in gold 1. Once you're in gold 1, you can start farming the gold 1 metals, and then you start working towards that arbor mission. Yeah. Anyways, we'll come back to this. No problem. Let's check out his box. Let's get to the good stuff. Let's check out his box. See what we're working with here. All right, you got a 6-star +1 Deliana. There's no reason to +1 Deliana unless you're fully maxed out in your faction guardian, which you're not. So instead of getting a +1 Deliana, you could have given +10% HP for all your legendaries. You know what I mean? So it probably wasn't a very good idea to +1 your legendaries without your great halls done, right? So would say that would be something to work on, or at least not to do again. All right, let's take a quick look at the build here for Deliana. He is okay. Low accuracy, this 149 accuracy. She has a passive that uses accuracy increase. This champion's accuracy by 2 for every 1,000. Okay, so the accuracy on her is fine. You have a deflection set. Interesting. I mean, it's not too important to have a deflection set, so you might as well just give her like the best stats possible. To be honest, her stats are not too bad, and her accuracy is fine given her passive. So depending where you want to use her, she seems fine in whatever this build is. She doesn't need deflection gear, right? You can just give her like a bunch of random pieces and she'll be fine. Let's move on though. So we got Adelin here. Adelin, decent speed, got some accuracy, so that's good. Yeah, good HP as well. Ward of the Fallen. Maybe Brimstone would be helpful. She can apply Brimstone. She is your 5-star legendary champion, so yeah, I think Brimstone would be a better choice. No masteries, probably not necessary for her, I guess. Did you book her out? Partially booking. So here's another thing that I try to advise people. Don't partially book out a champion, right? So save the books, make sure you have enough books to at least book down the skill that you want, that you're targeting, and then spend the books. At this point, you basically have a champion that's partially booked and she's not getting full benefit from it. And by the time you get enough books to book her out, maybe you find a replacement or you find another champion that you want to book out. So, you know, you could have conserved these books, right? So just something to consider moving forward. All right, let's go to He-Man. So we paid for the He-Man Forge, He-Man Pass or Battle Pass or whatever. He's rocking Savage. Yep, Savage gear. 2 broken pieces, that's fine. Let's see his total stats here. 95% crit rate. Good crit damage. Pretty slow. That's a little bit too slow, I think, for my liking. He is 5-star Blast. So he is 5-star Blast. Fully booked out. That's good to see with Crushing Rend. Crushing Rend probably is okay if you think he's going to one-shot everything, I think. But maybe taking Soul Reap might be better. 6-star Crushing Rend would be best. But the 5-star Crushing Rend, you only get 2 hits, right? So the first 2 hits, you get a boost. After that, it just kind of does nothing. So if he's in a longer fight, this kind of does nothing at 5-star. But at 6-star, you can definitely talk about Crushing Rend. Masteries here, just going to take a quick look. Looks pretty okay to me. Yeah. A little bit more speed would be helpful. Wow, this banner is horrendous. This banner is pretty bad. You got resistance banner on him. I mean, you know, just... I mean, none of these banners are great because they don't even have attack, you know, substats. But man, there's got to be better than this. Like, I guess you're going for the 11% attack here, but, you know, this got to be better, right? Like, I guess 6-star... Anyways, just something to work on in the future, but otherwise, you probably want to try to get the extra 5% crit rate somehow as well. I'm not sure if you use the optimize or anything like that, but I would imagine He-Man with the 5-star blessing is probably your strongest damage dealer, so you probably want to commit maybe your best gear onto He-Man. Let's take a quick look at the optimizer here. So we ran your optimizer. Let's see how much more damage you can pick up here with the best possible build. So actually, you lose some stats here, which is interesting. Oh, it's because I increased the speed a little bit. I went up to 170 speed. 150 speed, I think, is a little bit too low. That's pretty much like early game speeds, 150. So you want to go up to 170, 190, 200 around there as much as possible. So just looking at the build here, it's basically still a Savage set, but using some pieces from different champions just to get the additional speed going here. Yeah, you're going to gain 22 speed, you're going to gain 400 attack, you're going to lose 24 crit damage. But it really depends, right? Depending what content you want to do, 150 speed might not cut it, and then you would just want to add a little bit more speed to He-Man here. But otherwise, you know, look for that extra 5% crit rate that you're short right now. You want to make sure he crits all the time. So for example, this build here uses a shield that no one has. This one is a level 12 helmet, so you can still get value from this, still get value from glyphs. Gembo's chest, you can still ascend it, so you get more crit damage. More attack percentage that way. But yeah, so there are some options here to get a little bit more damage out of the He-Man. All right, let's move on. We got Emic here, a little bit slow, no accuracy needed, a lot of HP, seems okay. Ultimate Death Knight, Relentless Ultimate Death Knight, interesting. Not too sure why you would build him this way. Crit capped, slow with Relentless. I assume you want him to hit with Brimstone. So I guess his accuracy is enough to land a Brimstone on some content. It's really strange to see it like this. Usually what you want to do is with UDK, unless you're using him for very specific content, you just build him in 6-piece stone skin. Make sure it's very, very slow stone skin, like no speed necessary on the pieces. Lots of HP, lots of defense. I mean, it's really tough, right? Because none of your gear is rolled up, so it's really, really hard to build much. Let's see here. Let's see your R-Tac. Super slow, no accuracy. This build is basically nothing. I mean, unless you're using him to campaign farm, I could see that. Because he just needs to be fast enough to one-shot the waves and then call it a day, right? I could see him being a campaign farmer, I guess, in this build. Missing the tier 6. Yeah, not the best build here. It seems kind of wasted for R-Tac because R-Tac's so good in a lot of spots. So let's move on. Let's see what else we've got going on here. We got a Relentless Sill with no speed. Yeah, the no speed really is problematic. Good accuracy, but no speed, right? So like this should be a speed boot. Like you should be running speed boots no matter what, at least in this stage of the game. Move on to the Newt build. Newt, decent speed, low accuracy, over capped on the crit. Has some crit damage. I mean, this build kind of works, right? Kind of works, not insane or anything, but it kind of works. Masteries look fine. Yeah, I'm not too sure. I mean, if you use the optimizer, maybe the builds would be different, but it seems like you're leaning pretty hard into sets. You really want to complete the proper, make sure you have the proper stats before caring too much about sets. Unless it's like a critical set that you need to complete, then you care about the set over the stats. But I mean, for a build like Newt, and Swift Parry's set, you don't really need to complete Swift Parry. You just need Newt to hit really hard, right? You just need him to have high crit damage, 100% crit rate. You need him probably with accuracy so he can help you out in some areas. Like, for example, Fire Knight Hard, for example. I don't think this account is doing Fire Knight Hard. Let's see. Next, we have Taras. Taras, super slow, low HP, not crit cap, no crit damage. So, yeah, this Taras is not doing anything. He's not slamming. He's not slamming people down. He's got 1-star blessing, but for me, it's going to be the He-Man show. Let's get He-Man ready to go here. Look, I see a Demitha here as well. What else do we see? I see Alice, of course. What else do we see here? Let's filter out some of these guys here. All right, so it's Legos, full Lego box here. You got some Jin Wang, cool. Your Carl. Taras is good. You got Warlord too, very nice. He-Man, no Arbiter. Wukong's here, not built. The problem is he doesn't have many built out champions, right? You need them to be kind of fully booked. So we can't really just lean on champions that are not booked out. Because yeah, they're just not going to be as effective. We just have to wait for them a little bit. But you see stuff like this, it's just like, oh man, you put some books into like Alexander, a sharpshooter. Just save your books until you have enough to book them all out. Like you have a Visix here. Visix should be able to help you carry through your faction wars, right? Warlord, not booked. See, like Warlord would really help you out in arena, but not booked is very difficult. Not booked is very difficult to use. Python, same thing here, like just not booked. Like you could have saved like 3 books here, put them in Taras, and then he would be fully booked kind of thing, but not booked. Rhonda's fully booked. No blessing. Molly, not booked. Mashald is fully booked. Could be useful, Mashald. Wukong, not booked. Elva, not booked. Okay, so the rest, I'm not really gonna think about that too much. So Emic, He-Man. So we can go He-Man. He-Man. I mean, UDK definitely does not need books to perform his role. So these books could have been saved. But I really don't know what this build is used for. Ally protection, but we'll have a look. We'll have a look around. All right. We got a sense of his roster. We got a sense of what his builds can kind of do. All right. We got a sense of his gear. Let's check out the most important thing to make sure he has down. And it's going to be the clan boss, right? So let's check out his clan boss team. Let's see what this guy is packing. Can he consistently farm the shards and the books? Okay, let's check again. What difficulty is he hitting? So he's hitting hard difficulty for 55 million. Like that seems like wasted damage, right? Because you only need 11 million to get the top chest. Should he be hitting brutal? Yes, he probably should be. With that, should he be hitting nightmare? He probably should be. So can we get him to Ultra Nightmare with a team that just auto farms? Let me run some of his speed gear real quick in the optimizer and see what we can do. All right, so I noticed that his account has a Demitha, so we can make a Demitha team potentially on his account. Like I see a Deacon, I see Demitha here. I mean, he has, you know, parts of the team already. Just running through the optimizer to see if he's capable of it. He does have the potential to make a 297 Demitha, which probably is in range of what we need, but that's going to be the upper limits of his gear. I think after seeing this and seeing the state of his account, I think I'm going to put more effort into trying to come up with a clan boss team for him so that he can actually farm Ultra Nightmare. And it's going to be auto for him, hopefully, so it's going to be, you know, nice and easy for him. But yeah, I'm going to spend a little bit more time and see if I can put together a clan boss team for him so he can do the easy farms. All right, guys. So after spending a good amount of time, I finally have been able to make a unkillable Ultra Nightmare team for CrownDRoyal here. It was a incredible, you know, challenge actually, because his account has nothing to work with. The maximum speed from all his gear put together was 297 speed. He had no silver to work with. He barely had any gear to work with. For example, Demitha usually in these type of teams are generally quite fast. He might have enough speed to build one Demitha, but the secondary champion, he would not have enough gear to run. So basically what happened is I had to play around with the speed tune quite a bit on the calculator just to make everything work. A lot of it came down to the AI preset, but I managed to make it work with very, very low speed requirements. So I'll share with you guys the speed tune here and the team, and I'll run over this, the gear and everything. But for CrownDRoyal's account, this is a massive, I wouldn't say a massive, massive improvement. Right now we're doing Void Affinity with Geomancer. Geomancer is not going to be like a massive damage dealer or anything against the clan boss when it's a Void Affinity, but Geomancer is just easy to gear, right? He's easy to gear. You know, obviously, CrownDRoyal's account is not really stacked with very high quality gear, so I'm just making it work, right? You can see here we have a 50 Eris, we have a 50 Deacon, so there's lots of room for potential for more damage to come, right? So you can kind of see here we're on turn 20, we have 12 million damage. These runs unkillable. It's fully in tune right now. Nothing can break it. We just hang back and relax. We're going to talk about it a little bit. But basically what's going to happen is it's going to run for full 50 turns and it's going to run out the damage this way, right? So we're looking at about a 3-key Ultra Nightmare Clan Boss team. Full auto, by the way, full auto. And it's going to be affinity friendly and it's going to work on Nightmare. So I think this is a massive, massive upgrade for CrownDRoyal. Like previously, he was running hard difficulty keys. He probably could do a brutal key or so, but now he's doing Ultra Nightmare. And you know what? This is massive. For anybody to first reach Ultra Nightmare, you get the gems, you get the books, you know, you have a reason to kind of like log in and like just do your daily stuff because you actually get some rewards out of it, right? So I hope he's really happy with this. I'm really happy that I actually figured this out and got it to work. It was a little bit of a, you know, it's a little bit difficult, right? We just have no gear. I have to find, you know, speeds that kind of work with very minimal gear. But I'll show you guys the speed tune here and the speeds, and then we'll run over the gear and how bad it is afterwards. But here it is. Here's the speed tune. We got Deacon here at 185 speed. He's running 185. Make sure the presets are very, very important. You're opening with the A1 and then you are going with priority A2. So this feels a little bit weird, right? But this makes this run work. All right, guys, very, very important. He has to be in the lead, of course, because he's the speed lead. Being the speed lead brings down the overall gear requirements. This is very important, especially if you guys are just trying to make it work with as minimal gear and champions as possible. Having the speed lead is very, very important. Then we have Eris here, 244 speed. All right. And then you could probably set, I think I set the A2 to priority 1. I think she has something wonky that happens there. But make sure you set her priority to A1. I'll go over to AI as well. We have Seeker here at 169 speed. All right. He opens with the A1 and then he'll go into his turn meter boosting and stuff. Geomancer here at 157 speed. Very low, very friendly speeds. Especially given that, you know, like I said, CrownDRoyal has no gear to work with. We're trying to spare some gear for his arena stuff as well. But I think the Clan Boss team is the most important for any kind of account. And then we have Demitha here, the most gear intensive, mainly because of speed. We got her at 274 speed. So previously, like I said, I was gearing her about 290 speed. I had a different speed tune in mind, and I was gearing her closer to 290, about 287 or something. But I couldn't build the Eris fast enough with the remaining speed gear he had in his account if Demitha was in the high 280s. So I had to bring Demitha down to 270-ish, and then I had enough speed gear to go around to build the Eris and make it work. So you can see here, it works perfectly fine. It's perfectly in tune. Demitha running the three run boost here. 3 turns for every 1 turn of the Clan Boss. Gets the unkill just before the Clan Boss goes every single turn. And it will work against Spirit Affinity. Look at this, guys. It works against Spirit Affinity. Eris opens every single turn with the cleanse. It's perfect. It's awesome. And guess what, guys? It runs on Nightmare as well. Full auto. Everything. Bang, bang, bang. So I think it's a huge quality of life upgrade for CrownDRoyal. And I'm really happy that I was able to put it together myself. Yeah, this would be real big. So anyways, the run's going to keep going until turn 50, and then we will come back and we'll talk about the AI setting and we'll go over some of the gear pieces. All right, so nearing the end of the 50 turn run here, we're just going to clear about 30 million. So this is going to be a 3-key on Void. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a 2-key on Affinity. So my advice to CrownDRoyal would be to wait for this Clan Boss to go down to Affinity and then hit it twice. You'll probably finish it off, get the top chest in only 2 keys. Make sure you're in a clan that can clear the Clan Boss in Ultra Nightmare, because I can tell that your clan struggles against Ultra Nightmare. So I think it's time for you to move on from your clan and find another clan that can clear Ultra Nightmare, because you want the double chest from getting the top rewards from Clan Boss. So that's very, very important. But for a first run here, 31.74 million Ultra Nightmare. you were doing 50 million on hard difficulty. You probably never even touched nightmare difficulty before. This account is, you know, many years old. You needed some direction. Here it is, man. We got it to work. Lots of improvements to be had here, right? You got Deacon Armstrong in at 50, level 50. If he has War Master, he's going to put in another 5 million. Seeker here, probably running War Master, running at 5 million. Eris, if you got her to 60 with War Master, she's going to put in another 5 million. And then you got your easy 2 key. If you can find a very slow toxic set, you can put that on Seeker or Deacon. And then you're going to put in a couple more million as well. Basically lock in your easy 2 key. I'm going to lock in your key here. But did I just replay? Oh, man, that sucks. All right, guys. So I'll show you guys exactly what I'm working with here in terms of the builds. So we got Geomancer here at very reasonable 157 speed. He's got enough accuracy to land his HP burn. You need about 225 to 230 for Ultra Nightmare Clan Boss. And yeah, you can clearly see here it's a bunch of random stuff, to be honest, mainly to hit the speed requirements that I need and the accuracy requirements. But you can kind of see really random stuff. We added some attack percentage just for some damage, but honestly not really necessary here. We got Phantom Touch for a little bit of damage. War Master is what you definitely want. So that's really good. So that's going to be Geomancer. We got Demitha here with some of the fastest gear he has on his account. You can kind of see here, it's not really anything too special. He's got double rolls in speed on 5-star pieces. And that's about the best we got. We got this pretty cool, a 6-star Relentless Glove here with a quad speed. And that's going to be the fastest piece on his account, but it's going to go into Demitha here just to make sure this team runs well. It's got level, 5 stars speed boot here as well only. And she's coming in at 274 speed only, no accuracy needed. Make sure for the masteries, we don't have anything that increase turn meter or anything like Cycle of Magic. This one's probably okay because she doesn't land anything. You probably don't want this, that's for sure, because of the buffs. But yeah, you definitely don't want this. War Master for some extra damage. After that, we got the Seeker here. Seeker, again, 169 speed, a little bit of attack just to do some damage, but he is, yeah, he's nothing special, right? Like you can put Phantom Touch here, give him a little bit of extra damage, might be enough. War Master, pretty sure that's going to be enough for a 2 key. And yeah, that's all you really got to do, CrownDRoyal, so just to get this up to a 2 key. Deacon Armstrong, level 50 only, 185 speed, 227 accuracy, a little light on the accuracy, but I mean, it works perfectly fine. He's on the edge of the 2 key here. Gotta be fully booked. When I first did this run, Deacon was not fully booked. I had to spend a couple books here just to get him there. But yeah, he's gonna make that up in no time. We got the Eris here as well. What, 244 speed? Look at that HP, guys. 19k HP, making it work in Ultra Nightmare Clan Boss. Accuracy is not necessary on her. Yeah, you could put a blessing on her as well. Phantom Touch for some extra damage. That might be enough. Just adding the Phantom Touch to Seeker. Seeker and to Eris, that might be enough. That might be enough for the extra little bit of damage. I mean, you don't need any masteries on her. Once you hit the 2 key, you don't need the masteries on her because this team is so far away from the 1 key that investing any more into this team is a waste of time, to be honest. So that's kind of like my next steps for this team. But yeah, Ultra Nightmare Clan Boss, congratulations, man. You got a new, whoa, what the heck? Oh my goodness. Gotta turn that off for the anyways, let's move on real quick here. I mean, we spent a lot of time on that Clan Boss team. I want to quickly make him some arena solutions so that he can actually progress in arena here. He's on the edge of gold 1. I think he can get there. It's just a little bit of a pain, right? Of course, you gotta fish. You gotta fish for the right right battles here. I mean, against this guy, what is this guy running? What is he running here? Okay, UDK. I mean, like, that's not gonna work. You could run Demitha. I mean, you're looking for plus attack, right? Do you have any plus attacks here? Plus attack. No, I mean, you could run Seeker. Seeker's too slow now because he's in the Clan Boss build. Yeah, it's a little bit thin here. Loki could work. Loki has but you don't have the does he need books for that? Also, please increase attack. I mean, it kind of sucks, right? You got to commit gear to this guy, like fast gear. Probably wouldn't want to do that. Yeah, we gotta think of a solution here. Just give me a sec. Okay, unfortunately, it's probably gonna have to look something like this, where you get turn meter, and then you have some way of protecting yourself. You don't have plus attack, which kind of sucks. And I got He-Man in your best damage gear, so at least he can do some nuking. I'm gonna try to re-gear High Katoon to be as fast as possible so that she can maybe go first. I think it's unlikely because Demitha has your best gear. So what I would probably do is try to make something work with this, I think. So give me a sec. Okay, so I spent one of his, I spent two of his 1 hour re-gear things already. So I just want to make sure that this stuff actually works. We can put He-Man in the aura lead, which is really, really good. So we'll do that, and we'll see if we can take on some of these other accounts here. I think we can do it. I was able to re-gear High Katoon to be faster than Demitha, which is pretty insane considering that there was just no gear left. So she's probably only like very slightly faster than Demitha. But I think it's gonna work. I think it's gonna work here. So we're gonna go Deacon. Where's Deacon? Oh man, Deacon's only a 50. Okay, so He-Man, I have the power. I think we want to use the AoE first, and then everything else is just gonna work. So here we go. We got He-Man here with the 28 aura, which is really, really nice against this team. You know, they're a lot stronger than us, but we probably win the speed race, and we'll decrease defense them and then see if we can slam them down. And decrease defense. Boom! Let's go. Speed farm, 5 seconds. Let's go. So, I mean, is High Katoon's 282 speed. It's not impressive. It's not impressive, but right now it works because He-Man is in the best damage gear on this guy's account, and we're going to just try to make it work here. So, Demitha is basically here just in case the enemy team cuts in, and then at least Demitha can protect He-Man. Okay, so that's going to be the big thing. Demitha can at least protect He-Man so that he gets a turn. I did speed up He-Man. I gave him a little bit more speed, and his build is a little bit more refined, but it's not necessarily more powerful than what it was before. But you can kind of see here, yeah. Let's see. Boom! Let's go! Let's go! I mean, this is a huge quality of life, right? Like, this is massive quality of life for this guy. Just being able to speed farm, right? Like, speed farm, you got the auto Ultra Nightmare Clan Boss team now. Look, our High Katoon actually cut in on them, and boom, there we go. Our High Katoon cut in, and then Demitha got a turn, placed the block damage, and then He-Man even protected us against the Trunda smash, and then He-Man just smashed them to bits. So perfect. That worked out perfectly. I mean, it's just a lot easier to play when, you know, things are working out like you think they'd work out. Obviously, this team's not going to work forever, but at least for right now, it's pretty good. It's better than what he had, and it's only a really quick 5-second farm, right? All right, so here we go. We got the block damage out. He's going to get his turn, but we're going to get a turn now, and then boom. All right, so as long as we can kind of get these two to go together, it actually works pretty good. And this allows him to climb up. All right, so that's the important part. So let's see about this one here. Obviously, He-Man's big aura, his speed aura really, really helps here. Let's see how else we can do this. We got decreased defense and the big slam. Let's see if we can survive against this Jizmat. Yeah, it's not hitting very hard, so I think we can do it here. Jizmat. Wait till He-Man gets a turn, and boom. He-Man, very, very impressive. Good pickup for CrownDRoyal here with the He-Man. Look at this. Look at this. We're speed farming this page. Oh, Demitha's got stunned. That's a big problem. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yep. This is it. Demitha got stunned, so that's a big problem there. So similar kind of thing. He boosted into Syl. Which stunned our Demitha. Nothing we can really do, right? Because we're losing the Arbiter, losing to the Arbiter aura. We're losing probably to Arbiter speed, and then the turn meter boost is so big that we can't catch him there. Let's see if we can beat this team. I mean, it's up against Galathier, negative affinity. This is going to be a really tough match. I don't think we're going to beat this one. Looks like he has speed tune from Arbiter into Kimmy. Okay, Kimmy into Arbiter. What's he gonna do? Lockout? Yeah, I think we're done here. Boom. So obviously a much more well-defined team here. Obviously, you know, he's got some pretty good blessings and champions and all that stuff. This team also would be pretty difficult just because Rotos would not die in one hit. So we're just gonna hang tight, but looking pretty good. Honestly, it looks pretty good. I'm gonna change up this this defense here for CrownDRoyal. Let's see here. But first, before we do that, let's rebuild some of his champions. So I identified some key champions here that he probably needs, right? So for sure, He-Man, that's going to be his main DPS squeeze. I mean, Emek's going to be really good, but right now we're not, we don't have enough. Yeah, we just don't have a way to use him right now. Like you can use him for Iron Twins. You can use them in a lot of content, actually. You can use them for Clan Boss, but our Clan Boss situation is all figured out. So I think we just leave him as it is right now. But one of the main champions that we need to focus on is probably Newt. We did take apart some of his gear just to make some of the builds work. Syl, this Syl needs mega work. All right, so once we get Newt figured out and then Syl, we can crawl any dungeon. We could build Taras better as well, just so he can do some extra damage. He's partially booked. He's almost fully booked. So, I mean, he's probably on his way to fully booking him out. And then after that, we kind of identify some other support champions that might work well. So we'll gear out some of these champions first, and then we'll be right back. All right, so I spent a lot of time working on this guy's account behind the scenes here. Yeah, the builds are basically like pretty horrendous, to be honest. Either no speed, you know, he's going sets over stats. We saw a little glimpse of it with some of these builds, but I basically tore apart for you know, the better part of it, most of his roster, just to make a core group of champions that can carry him through the, you know, just to play the game. Because I can see how this account can be super frustrating to play because none of your champions are geared properly to handle any of the content. Okay, so we're not even talking about team comps here. We're not even talking about you know, optimization or anything. Just none of them are capable of handling any of the content. So you guys saw that I made a Clan Boss team basically from spare parts. I made an Ultra Nightmare Clan Boss team, by the way. I made a arena team basically from spare parts that also uses one of the champions from the Clan Boss team, or two of the champions, one of them being a 50, by the way. But that team's going to work pretty good for him. And now I'm just going to basically re-gear a bunch of champions for him. He can mix and match whatever for his dungeons. Like, we don't have enough time to basically overhaul his entire account. But I want to leave him with something that he can at least play with in a casual way. Because this account, you can clearly tell it needs playtime, right? It needs playtime. Like, look, this is what I'm going to do for him real quick. You can see his gear stash is basically bursting, but he has so much bad unrolled gear. It doesn't make sense for him to be bursting. It just means he hasn't had the opportunity to even gear cleanse himself. So this is the most basic gear cleanse, and you can kind of see how much of the gear he has. Look at this, 92 pieces with the flat stats on the bottom row pieces. Like, why are we keeping this kind of stuff, right? Are you planning to roll up like flat attack gloves? Like, this is just lack of time to do it, right? Like, are you just keeping legendary gloves, you know, with no speed, no accuracy stats, just for the heck of it? Like, this is free silver here, right? This is silver to roll up better gear so you can make better builds, so you can have more better built champions, so you can progress in the game, blah, 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 right? But look at all this stuff. This is all silver, right? So if I said sell all, boom, man, you got 5 million silver here. And I'm sure you probably wouldn't miss a single one of these pieces. Like, you 16 this boot. Like, I gotta move my head, but this boot is 16, right? Like, it's a flat HP boot. This makes no, like, it's just no value on your account, right? So, like, this glove is 16. What is the point of this glove? What is this? What is this? Like, okay, this glove, you got 2 rolls in speed. Yes, you can use this on a Clan Boss team or Iron Twins team or whatever, right? Unkillable team. But, like, you know, some of these pieces of gear, like, they're instantly gone. Don't even think about it. Like, 16 this boot? Why? Why did you spend 16 worth of silver on this boot? Here, I'm going to do you a favor, right? I'm going to do you a favor right now. I'm going to save you a lot of time by basically getting rid of some of these pieces, so that you don't even get tempted to roll up these pieces again. So the only reason why you would keep some of these is if you're planning to go for maybe like a speed roll, for example. Like you can keep it flat and try to go for a speed, but honestly, this account is not at that state where you can roll up bad gear hoping for lottery rolls, right? Like same thing with this one. Like you're not hoping to get lottery rolls on bad gear. You're hoping for good gear and, you know, just roll them up. Like all of this, this is nothing, right? Like if you put these on champions, you're hurting that champion. Like if you put these on champions, you're straight up hurting the champion. Like there's no reason to put these on champions. Like with the silver, like the silver gain from some of these pieces, you can, you know, start rolling up other pieces and then start gaining some gear. Like this set, resilience, you just farm this from faction wars. You don't need any of this, right? So I'm just gonna get rid of all of this. Like just save you the headache, save you the thinking about it. Like this piece, like I guess you could try to crit cap somebody with it. Sure, I'll hold on. I'll hold on for it. Hold on to it for you, okay? Like this boot. Nope. 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 Like this is just silver for you. I'm not even gonna look. This is just silver. Like, yep. Yep. It's silver. I mean, flat attack chest, right? Flat attack chest. You could, I guess, complete an instinct set with the flat attack chest and then flat attack boot with no crit rate, crit damage. I mean, okay, I'm gonna keep it, but you know, those should be gone. These should be gone, right? These should be gone. All of this stuff, like this is just gonna free up space for you. You don't need any of this. There you go. There you go. You got 5 million silver. Boom. All right. Instantly made you a rich man, right? Now you're a rich man. You got 10 million silver rolling around. Let's see what else we can do for you. What else we can do for you here? All right, let's check out the accessories here. Another quick filter is amulets. Attack amulets. 50 attack amulets, guys. Literally nobody uses these except for bomb champions, and even then, how many bomb champions do you have on your account? Like, sure, you can use a reaction one. You can maybe ore it in the future. So I'll hold on to that for you. But I mean, you know, who is using bombs on your account? Like you got a 16 roll here on an attack amulet. And it's all gotta go. It's all gotta go. We'll keep the reaction one, but this all's gotta go. So there you go. Boom. Got another 3 million silver for you. And then after that, those are the easy, you know, those are the easy kind of items you just get rid of. And after that, you kind of just go down by worst quality, and then you start working your way up. So for example, I'm looking at your account in terms of gear. I'm looking at 5-star rares. Like you don't have a lot of 5-star rares. So I figured, okay, you're probably okay, right? So your lowest threshold for gear is now 5-star epic gear, right? So for Merciless here, I'm going to get rid of this chest because this chest is nothing. And then this boot is nothing. This boot is nothing. And this glove is nothing. So the thing is with this Merciless glove is that it could be a 65% crit damage glove with maybe double speed. It could be useful for you, right? You never know. I mean, we're at that level of gear, right, for this account. But now we're talking about 5-star epics. And you basically just work your way up. Like you have a lot of pieces here that are very like kind of suspect, right? Like for example, like this piece. What is this piece, right? Speed, resistance, flat HP. Like this is an instant sell. Like this boot, okay. Like that shield, yeah, okay. You got crit rate, crit damage on a crit rate set, right? This helm, like what is this? Resistance on flat attack? No thanks, right? This one, same thing. What are you looking to roll, right? Just speed with no other good stats? No thanks, right? Just save the silver. Same thing with this one. Same thing with this one. Like all these pieces, like you got damage sets without damage rolls. It's, you know, these are easy sells, right? Easy sells, just make the silver back. And you know what? Yeah, you get the idea. This stuff takes time. It's not the fun stuff in the game. I get it. But at the same time, it's really stopping you from actually playing the game. Now you're looking at 13 million. You got a little bit more flexibility. You can actually roll up some gear. You get, you know, and actually play the game. Anyways, let's talk over the champions that I built for you. And then I think we're going to call it for this video because I spent way too much time on this account, to be honest. But I'm sure you are very happy with this 100 million%. Hopefully the viewers had a really good look at what was happening. And this is kind of how you really gut an account and make it shine, even though it looks really rusty on the outside. Yeah, hopefully this was a good indicator of what an account could be after a little bit of work, a little bit of knowledge and all that stuff. But yeah, let's show you guys some of the new builds that we got. So we got He-Man here. He's fully built out. He's in Savage. He's going to be 264 crit damage with 5.3k attack. It's a bit of a refresh on his previous build. It's about 30 speed faster and 400 attack more. But basically, he has the best gear on this account. His banner is a resistance banner, so he can definitely improve here. There's literally nothing going on with this banner. As soon as he gets a attack banner, this banner is going away. As soon as you get an attack banner, that banner is done. You can ascend this chest, for example. There's so much improvements that can be done, but basically because He-Man has a 5-star blessing, he has to be the best damage dealer for this account. I did rebuild his Emic as well, because his Emic is actually very useful, even just for dungeon crawling. So I made him as fast as this account can offer, and good HP, and that's about it. I also wanted to focus on champions that he had already fully booked. The thing is, he wants to get value from those champions, because if we build out champions that are not fully booked, he's not going to get full value from those champions for a long time. So I just wanted to focus a little bit on what he had and what we can do with what he had. So this Emic definitely works. He doesn't have a specific build for any specific area. I just made him quick with good HP so that he can place the unkillable, so that he can help out the team climb dungeon, doom tower, whatever. His UDK, I left it alone because I wasn't sure exactly what he wanted to do. Usually I would just go stone skin with UDK, but in this case, I have no idea what he wants to do with it. I think for him, you probably just put him in stone skin gear as slow as possible, but he has no stone skin gear really rolled up. So I didn't really want to roll up any of his gear and put some gear on the UDK, so I'll just leave it for now. His R-Tac, I did make him a little bit more serviceable. I gave him a bit more speed. I gave him enough accuracy to do stuff, because previously he had less than 100 accuracy, which was totally useless. I gave him a good amount of HP so he can survive. He doesn't have regeneration gear or anything like that on this account, so he's not going to be able to solo any content. But at least in this kind of build, he can actually help out in certain areas up to about dungeon 20. And yeah, he can land brimstone and all that stuff as well. Scylla Drakes, I focus a lot on her because she's going to be your main dungeon crawling support. She's fully booked, which is great, and she is in Relentless. You actually have decent Relentless gear on your account. So 232 speed, she's decent speed with some accuracy and good HP, good survivability with Relentless gear. Relentless is going to make her really do a lot of healing, get back her turns very quickly. And yeah, this is going to be your main dungeon support. I also really wanted to focus on Newt. Newt's one of your most important boss killing champions. You must have him properly geared out. So for him, I have him at 153 speed. That's because this boot is not rolled up. Once you roll up the boot, he's going to be closer to 170 speed, which is more acceptable. He has low defense, but he has decent amount of crit damage to do some work, and he has enough accuracy to drop turn meter if needed, or apply the weaken. Again, lots of room for improvement, but this is the best we could do for this type of build for Newt. After that, I did gear out his Taras. His Taras is one book away from being done his books, at least for the damage part. He could book out his A1, but his A2 is more important for the cooldowns. But yeah, this is going to be the best build I have for his Taras. 190 speed, 245 crit damage with 75k HP. Again, no ignore defense sets. His ignore defense set is on He-Man, and that's going to be about it. After that, I left his Visix. I left his Warlord. His Warlord's not booked. The other champion I wanted to focus on was Rhonda, actually. Rhonda is fully booked, so you probably could use her as maybe like a tag team champion or a secondary DPS. I basically just made her acceptable speed, crit cap with some crit damage and some attack so that she can at least hit decently. After that, I focused on Mashal. Mashal is another champion that was fully booked. He's really good for dungeon crawling, so you can use him with Scylla the Drakes. Made him a little bit quicker, a little bit of damage to go along the way, and with some accuracy to help. I mean, with these builds, he should be able to handle like normal Doom Tower, for example, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem there. I did gear out his Allure to be useful in certain areas as well. 220 accuracy to handle most of Faction Wars all the way up to 21. Decent speed as well with some survivability. Yeah, Allure, very good against Fire Knight as well. And lastly, I did rebuild his Cold Heart as well. Cold Heart's relatively easy to build with spare parts. You aim for about 70 crit rate, as high crit damage as you can with over 200 accuracy, so you can handle some of the dungeons over around level 20. Give her some survivability, but it's hard because she's pretty squishy and this gear is not that good. But she's serviceable right now, right? So 70, you got proper crit rate, you got enough crit damage and some accuracy to drop turn meter, so she's serviceable right now. Moving forward, I would definitely focus on basically farming as much as you can farming your clan boss, getting your shards and books ready to go. You need some more gear. You need more gear. You need more silver. You need to basically like upkeep the account, right? You need to upkeep the account. You can't let it go into disarray after years of playing and expect it to perform well, right? So that's kind of the big thing. You have a lot of tools here, but having the know-how to use it is going to be a big part of it. And even having the know-how, you need to have the gear as well. So luckily for us, we were able to make 2 key Ultra Nightmare team for you. We re-geared about 10 champions, made them a lot more functional. We made a quick speed arena farming team for you. I think, you know, that's going to be a massive help to your account, just quality of life and all that. So hopefully you enjoy it, CrownDRoyal. And hopefully the viewers enjoyed watching the video. Hopefully it was informative to you guys. Let me know in the comments below what you guys have for advice for CrownDRoyal. What do you guys think about the video? What do you guys think about the work that I put into this account? Let me know in the comments below. Anyways, that's going to be it for me for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Appreciate your time as always. And I'll see you guys in the next one.